Although for myself, how? These are things that happens after pregnancy. Feel some pain here. What's happening to me? Is this normal? These are things that happen after pregnancy. 10 things that I wish I knew before having a baby. Join us, let's dive in. Another Hero Friday, and I'm always excited because this is the day where I meet my hero family. Sorry for the background noise. It is the product of a hero. Yes. You know, on Fridays, I bring new episode to you. And today we are going to look at 10 things that I wish I knew before having a baby or getting pregnant. We are going to dive into this for you to know some mistakes that I did so you can avoid it. Hashtag jump my errors. My bad. If you are new on the channel, we say very warm welcome. Thank you for joining Miss Millie family. We are all about making motherhood joyous. We look at the pregnancy journey, motherhood journey, entrepreneurial tips that will give us that extra income to be able to spend time with baby. And of course, courses that will keep us upgraded. So when you return back to work, you will not be left behind. So if you are here, you are at the right place at the right time, getting the right friends throughout your journey. If you are all for it, let's dive in. So welcome again. 10 things that I wish I knew before having a baby. These are things that I know if I had known, I could have done things more different or approach the journey more differently. And of course, one that I will not include in the 10, but I wish I had was Miss Millie channel. If I had any channel like Miss Millie channel, that would have made the journey a bit less lonely for me because I had no one around to tell me what to predict or what is ahead of me, no one to guide me. I was thinking of how would I be able to breastfeed my baby, and all those burden was giving me a lot of stress during pregnancy, and that caused me to have little unnecessary illness which could have been avoided, like gestational diabetes, because I didn't know the right foods to eat and etc. So I'm happy that Miss Millie channel is here to help other moms to jump my errors. Hashtag jump my errors. So dive into today's episode and the 10 things I wish I knew. The first thing is buying of too many clothes, especially if it's your first baby. No matter what anyone says, you just want to go for those designer clothes. You just want to have the best clothes for the baby. I kept buying and buying and buying. At a point, my husband was like, is that not too many? Auntie said we don't need that much. Then instead of me understanding him, I rather wanted to convince him into my territory. So I just brought a lot of them downstairs, and I was like, this one is when grandpa is coming in, he's going to wear. This is what he's going to wear when the church is visiting. This is what he's going to wear when my cousins are coming over. This is what he's going to wear when your brother is coming in. I started listing every person who's going to visit and the dress the baby is going to wear. But sadly, it didn't work out that way. Babies grow so fast. So fast that you cannot imagine, especially when they come out of the belly. Yeah? Don't buy too many clothes, especially for 0 to 3 months. Don't waste the money. You might spend maybe as long as 3 days in the hospital. You are back home. After a week or 2, the baby wouldn't fit into that 0 to 3 months clothing. So do not buy too many clothes between 0 to 3 months, or rather spread it out to 0 to, you can get like, let's say 10 pieces of lesser than that for 0 to 3 months, and then buy 3 to 6 months to help out. So I wasted a lot of money on those clothing, and baby could only wear it a week. And all was in vain. So I wish I knew this. Even though, yes, someone was reminding me of it, I still didn't take it on. So I share with you to avoid that mistake. Hashtag jump my errors. The second thing that I want to talk about is looking out for set clothes. Most of us, especially if you're going to have a girl, even with a boy, we desire to have like a coordination set. So a top and a down matching, you know, then we imagine the child is going to have it with some trainers or some designer socks, and then have some gloves on, you know. But listen, when baby comes, baby is very fragile, and you cannot keep tampering with baby every time. Do you get it? Indirectly, what I'm trying to say is, if a baby needs a change and you have to take off the top, you take off the vest, you take off the trouser or the shorts, you take off the socks before you can change baby. And when you're changing baby, you have to put on all these things again. Come on, baby will be tired. Even if baby is sleeping whilst you're changing, baby would tend to wake up because it's too much for baby. Rather, looking for things like a onesie or a jumpsuit or an overall, I don't know how you call it, but the picture is linked up there. You can get nice quality ones from Nest, from Asda. I mentioned those two because those are the two shops that when I get those things from and I wash them over and over, it doesn't get brittled. Okay, having this is just all in one. Okay, so if baby is sleeping and even she wet her clothes, it's just easy to just open up the zip, take it off once and for all, and put it on again once and for all. Do you get it? It makes it easier from interrupting baby's sleep. It's also easier for you as a mom, and it keeps both of you at peace and less work. Okay, having a top, a down, a socks, even these socks, because they are so tiny, they literally get lost very easily. Lost easily when it's on their feet. Sometimes you get visitors coming around, and when they hear baby, oh, where's one of her socks? And you're like, oh, it was on a minute ago, and you're not looking around for it. So just avoid that hassle. Sometimes these socks even get lost in the washing machine. You go to pick the things up and you can't find one of it. It gets stuck on the tumbling ring. Okay, so just avoid that and then go for the easy way out that makes baby feel at ease and free and comfortable, rather than having a whole pack thing that is going to stress you out. The third thing that I wish I knew was my body. I wish I knew that I should have binded my tummy immediately, or maybe a day or two after my delivery, to help me maintain a good core or close my rectum. Okay, but this is something that I didn't know. I thought I needed to make my wound in the internal wound heal before I set in with any corset or any binding belt. And so it's made the process of my tummy flattening becomes a difficult one. So I will urge you to also start using your corset or belly belts early after birth. The fourth thing that I would say is breast milk. Hey, breast milk is magical. Breast milk is everything. Breast milk is, I wish I had a word for it. When we are going to have a baby, you have people telling you, try and breastfeed. Even doctors advise us to always breastfeed these children. It's really, really essential. Breastfeeding kids tend to avoid a lot of diseases, tend to avoid a lot of risk. They grow very well. they develop well, they are stronger, apart from the numerous advantages of breast milk. Did you know that I used to use breast milk for everything? When my baby's eye goes red, breast milk. When I see any burn on her skin, breast milk. When I see any rash, breast milk. And it works like magic. It works like magic, you know. And I wish I knew it earlier, because with my first baby, I kept putting a lot of like products on him, and those products ended up giving him a lot of results that I didn't like. Okay, for example, I felt like, oh, his skin was too dry. I tried this E14 eczema, this eczema, and then it ended up bleaching or peeling her skin. Okay, but once I came to realize that breast milk was everything, the rest of the children didn't suffer from all those skin things. Okay, and he that was also suffering from the skin issues because I use a lot of product is now relieved from all those things. So breast milk is your magical friend that you can ever have. And so look nowhere else for any solution but with your breast milk. And I would encourage that you try as much as you can to breastfeed your baby alongside with other products if you cannot breastfeed alone. So that takes me to my point 5. I wish I knew that I should sleep all that I can before baby arrives. When baby comes, it's hard to sleep. Trust me. They cry and you're up. And there's this thing you feel within you that when baby cries, immediately you just feel so attached to the baby that no matter how you want to enjoy your sleep, you have to wake up. So whilst you're pregnant, sleep as much as you can when baby is in there. Because when baby is out, trust me, she will tell you when to sleep. And you will not have that satisfactory sleep that you always used to have. No. It's always going to be, I've slept and there's a leftover. I'll continue later. Trust me. But on that note too, I want to say that when baby cries, it doesn't mean that there's always something wrong. Baby communicates through crying, okay? Especially at their beginning stages. They communicate everything through cry. So baby might cry because he's sleepy. Baby might cry because he's hungry. He might cry because he's tired. He might even cry because he's bored and he misses mommy's presence or feel for bonding, okay? Or wants a cuddle, okay? So don't always perceive that when baby cry, there is something really, really bad happening to baby, okay? Try to understand the language of the baby and you are going to enjoy the process. Is that okay? So don't freak out when you feel baby start crying, or don't feel bad that you're a bad mom and that's why baby is crying. Never feel that way. Calm down, relax, and steady your baby, and gradually you'll be able to know all the meanings of the communications that the baby exhibit to you through their cry. I will link a video below in the description that helps you or guide you to understand some baby communications. Is that okay? All right. Then that takes me to my point 6. And what is my point 6? Is body odor. Body odor. Every organ in you was at work when baby was in you. And every organ in you is some way, somehow at work once baby is out. So then your pulses are more opened now. And so at first you do things in your own pace. Now you end up doing things not in your pace. And so because you're doing a lot of things, caring for another baby and doing things in your own way, you turn up heating the body a lot. That brings a lot of sweat that you're not aware of. Hence, you end up having a lot of odor. There are times that I used to say to myself, I never sweat that easily. Where is this odor coming from? Is it myself? I had a bath this morning. What is happening? But it was with you. So find time and have regular bath. And change your deodorant or whatever perfumes you use to make sure that at least you have a more stronger one that controls the smell. Because remember, baby came in, your situation has changed, but the husband has not changed. So let him still feel the freshness and don't push him away. Regular baths are good because you have baby vomiting on you, even when you're trying to change their diapers. You have baby wee splashing on you. Breast milk can sometimes be a bit smelly when it's dropped in your clothes for a longer time and you've not attended to it. So all those little things come together to build some odor, which you should regularly cleanse or take care of. So that takes us to our point 7. Yes. And that is eat. Hey, before you even get pregnant, make sure you eat and enjoy all the foods that you love to eat. Okay? Why? Because once you get pregnant, okay, you would be restricted of some foods to eat. If nobody restricts you and you eat whatever you want, there will be a stage where you'll be restricted by authority. And authority will be your doctor or your midwife. I remember when I had my baby, I was like, but when you get pregnant, you can eat what you want. And on that pregnancy alone, I had myself being diagnosed with diabetes, gestational diabetes, and I had to be restricted to eat only greens. It was a horrible period. And I do not want you to face that same experience. Hence, I have linked the video below for you to watch to avoid foods that can end you up there. Okay? Remember, we are all about sharing is caring and you jumping my errors. And of course, moms helping moms. So watch that video to avoid. Because I ended up having that GDMs and I was prevented from eating white rice, white bread. And you know how those white bread, when they toasted, the smell. So in the morning, when husband is preparing breakfast for these kids, you smell that bread. So, and during that time, you know, when you're pregnant, your smell becomes very like deepened or in-depth, isn't it? So you smell every little tiny thing, you get it? And you have that smell and you cannot touch the bread because you are risking the baby in your tummy. So I wish I knew. If I knew, I would have eaten all my food before getting on that journey. Okay? So eat well and eat what you want. Enjoy the foods you want before you go on that journey of having a baby. And that takes me to my point 8. And point 8, I would say parenthood is a full-time job. We all thought the baby, once the baby's come, I'm free, especially when they were in my tummy. It's like, oh, I can't sleep the way I want to sleep. I've slept on one side for a long time and I feel too much pain. I can't wait for her to come out. I can't wait for him to come out. And once baby was out, it's a full-time job. I thought baby was going to be out. Someone can take care of baby whilst I also do other things. I could feel free, but no, it's a full-time job. Yes. So parenthood is a full-time job. It's not an hourly thing because baby knows you and you alone. He only knew you in the womb through bonding, through touching. And so when he's out, you're the only one he or he can smell. And so would be more satisfied for you to do most of the things to keep her calm. And so I want you to psych your mind that it's a full-time job, and rather all the other things that you want to do will be the part-time things or the breaks you put in. And that takes us to our point 9. I feel like that. Okay, so point 9 is once you have a baby, especially your early days, it's hard for you to detect that you want to re or you want to poo because the muscles are still not fully back actively, okay? And so you might be sitting down or lying down, and once you get up, immediately you get up, you realize that the wee is trying to come out, or you felt like, oh, I've been feeling weird. Like I used to tell my husband, I never felt it, but it's like it looks like I've felt it for too long and I've ignored it. But I never felt it. I just got up and I felt it, you know. So sometimes you might even have drops falling down in your pants or coming out into your panties. And that is normal, okay? But I didn't know that. And all these things boil down to the same body odor that I say. So regularly change your pants, and regularly, if you are sitting or you are lying down, try and stand up regularly to check whether you feel wee or you want to poo. And then you would do so. I wish I knew this, you know. I wish I knew this. Then the last one I want to say is okay. The last one I want to say is have most of the holidays that you can have, and especially when you have your first baby, you get all the family members coming to you to congratulate you, coming to you to bring food and things to you. Your second, your third baby, nobody's going to be showing up like they did for the first one. So enjoy the pampering for your first baby when they come. Okay, if they come, they want to clean, let them clean. If they come, they want to wash, let them wash. Okay, because when other ones are coming, they are not going to have that time for you. And of course, enjoy the holidays whilst baby is in there. Any romantic holidays you want to have with your husband, have it before baby comes out. Because when they come out, the first 2-3 months, you're going to be busy with them. And once they're about 3-6 months, you want to be going out with them and stuff. It's very difficult to do so. So try and enjoy as much holidays, like lonely, quiet holidays, as much as you can before baby comes. These are the 10 things that I wish I knew before having a baby. I know you have put a point or two down that you would ensure you would do before having that baby. You are pregnant? Yes. At least you will know that you have to go in for a onesie and not a coordination set. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to share for others to benefit from this. And comment below some of the things you think you wish you knew before having a baby. Comment it below. Let's celebrate it together as heroes. Until then, I will bring another episode to you on Friday. It's always been your lady, Miss Millie. I'll see you soon. Bye.